Okay, see, so we will be seeing neon glow effect. Okay, neon glow, how to create a neon glow text in Photoshop. Okay, so what is a neon glow? First I will show you what is a neon glow. So this is a neon glow. Okay, so we will be seeing how we can create this type of text. Okay, see. Okay, so to create that, see here, first step is we need a dark background. That is very important. Okay, dark background is important. Second important thing is, see, before starting the this layer styles, I want to tell you something called vignette. So vignette spelling is vignette, vignette. So what is a vignette? I will show you what is a vignette. So this is a vignette. Okay, so we want this type of background first. So because this in this type of backgrounds we are going to get the perfect neon glow effect. Okay, so and always remember this is called vignette. Okay, anything that has a darkness outside and brightness inside. Okay, like this is called vignette. Okay, so I think let me check whether I have already downloaded vignette. So if I did not already download, then I will download. Okay, and we can also create a vignette directly in Photoshop. Okay, you don't have to download. So just a minute, I think I have just a minute. So we have the vignette somewhere here. Yeah, here we have. I have already downloaded this. I will keep it here. And I will open it in Photoshop. See, something like this. See, and if you want to manually create this, so what you have to do is you have to use a technique called mask. Mask we will be covering anyways in the coming classes. Okay. Right, and then what I will do is I am going to take a bricks background first. Okay, so Control O. So I will take a bricks background. Okay, and we can actually drag this directly into our new document like this. We will also drag that vignette. Okay, so then we'll drag this vignette. Okay, simply drag this vignette into our document like this, and you can stretch this, no problem. Okay, don't stretch actual images, you should not stretch, but these type of images we can stretch. See, like this. Okay, so something like this, and this background I will put black color. Okay, so how to put black color? Select the background, Alt to backspace. Okay, like this. Now what we'll do, see, this vignette background we will be using along with this blend option, blending modes. So which blending mode we'll use? We'll use multiply. See, like this. Multiply is blending mode, but it should be more dark. Okay, so for that we can do one thing, we can duplicate this. So how to duplicate? Control J. And we also want the bricks to be little bit dark. Okay, or we should reduce the opacity like this. See, like this. So now this is the actual background I want. Understood? If you want to perfect a neon glow, this is the background I want. See, like this. You can, if you want more darkness, take one more duplicate, Control J. See, now it is more dark. Okay, so we can group all these layers, Control G. Okay, and in case we want to reduce their opacity, we can reduce them like this. Okay, this much. See, now it's looking nice. Okay, now we got the actual setup of background. Background is very important for neon glow. Remember that. Okay, now we will start the neon glow. So for neon glow, first important thing is we have to select the right font. See, you can use any font, but the perfect font for this neon glow is something like a rounded font. Any rounded font is good. So what do you mean rounded font? For example, see, if I use this Arial, let us say if I start with Arial. See, Arial has a lot of I'll top glow. See, Arial has a lot of sharpness, sharp edges are there. So we may not get perfect output with sharp edges. So we have to find some rounded font. So there is also one font called Arial Rounded. That is directly a system font you can use. But in case you don't like these system fonts, you can go to that 1001fonts.com and from there you can download the rounded fonts. Okay. So we will type Arial Rounded. So where is Arial Rounded? See here, Arial Rounded. So this is a rounded font. Okay. And the next important thing is, see, we want the color. The most important thing is from which color we have to start. See, by default the inside fill color should be white, pure white. Okay. So how we can get pure white? So simply click here, simply take a pure white color. Okay. This is the first starting step. Okay, and we'll increase it, Control Shift greater than. I think all of you know the shortcut. Control Shift greater than. Okay, and in case you want to put the G as a capitals, you can put the capitals. Okay, just keep it at the center here like this. Like this. Okay. So this is a starting step. Okay, starting point. Now our next goal is we have to create that neon glow. So for that neon glow, what we have to do next? So we have to go to layer styles. So how to go to layer style? Simply double click on the right side. Okay, so now this layer style window opens, and in this layer styles we have to just select three options. What are those three options? Inner glow, outer glow, drop shadow. Okay, inner glow, outer glow, drop shadow. Only these three options we have to use. Okay, and the next thing is what should be the color of glow? So what should be the color of glow? You can select any glow. Let us start with the pink glow. Okay, we will use pink glow. Right. You can use even go for yellow or blue. Try, but same concept. Okay, you can use anything, but same concept. Okay. So how we can select the pink glow? See, first we will start with the inner glow. Just select the inner glow here. Okay, and then in inner glow, see here we have some options. Already we have options. So what we do is, first step always you do reset to default. Click on this button, because if already you have changed some settings now, those settings will affect the text. So just click on this reset to default. So now everything is reset. Now we can start. Okay, so first what we'll do is, see, we will keep this blend mode to normal. Okay, just keep the blend mode to normal. Try to increase the opacity a little bit. Okay, it should not be too less. And then, so we have decided that we will be using pink glow. So I'm going to click here. Just click here and select a pink glow. Okay, something like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so you can see, if you observe closely, you can see that there is some glow, inner glow. Okay, we have to increase the size. So let me increase it. See here, here size option is there. See, can you see that? See, now there is a glow. A very small glow is there. Okay, so something like this. Right. Next is, see here. Once we have applied the inner glow, see, you can actually try to modify these values like range. See, your range option is there. See, if you reduce it, it becomes very sharp. See, the inner glow is looking sharp, so it is not so interesting. So we'll increase the range so that the inner glow will be soft. Okay, now it's looking nice. And we have to copy the same color to other options like outer glow and drop shadow. So how to copy the color? See here, just simply click here, and this is the value of that color. So we will copy, right click, simply copy. Like this we have copied. And just remember these settings. Okay, so these are not the exact settings, you can change them. Okay, but you can use these settings, right? Next we will go to the next option, that is outer glow. Okay, inner glow is complete. Now we will go to outer glow. Okay, see, outer glow means outside. Okay, and one important thing I want to tell you in inner glow. See, make sure that pink color is only on the edges of the text. That white should be there. White color should not disappear. Some people, what they do, I will tell you. Some people will try to increase it to so much that, see, now you can't see the white. If you can't see the white, you will not get the realistic neon glow effect. So always make sure that the size is not too much. So make sure that that pink color is still showing. Okay, so like this. Next, what is the next thing we will do? Outer glow. Just turn on the outer glow, and for outer glow also we will be using the same pink color. Okay, so just click here and paste. See, now we are using the same pink color for this outer glow, and try to increase the size here. See, we are slightly increasing the size. See, now you are able to slowly see the glow. You can also try to increase the spread value, but I think spread is a very sensitive value, so we can slightly increase this size. Okay, so now we are slowly beginning to get the effect actually. Okay, right. So next, see, the range is there. So range also, see, if you reduce it, it becomes very hard, but we don't want hardness, we want a soft, so something like this. Okay, right. So this much is okay. Now the next important option, that is drop shadow. So we will be selecting this drop shadow. Okay, and for drop shadow, see here, we have to change the blend mode. For drop shadow we have to change the blend mode. See, the drop shadow, what is the blend mode? Multiply, but we will select what? Linear dodge. So we have already learned about blending modes in the layers class. Linear dodge is a bright blending mode. Linear dodge, color dodge, screen, they are bright blending modes, or they have more effect on light colors. Multiply, linear burn, color burn, they are for dark colors. Okay, dark blending mode. So we have already discussed that. Okay, so now what we'll do? So we will just select the pink color. Just click on this color box, paste that pink color. Okay, so in what? Drop shadow. See here. So right now we are not able to see any change. So what I am going to do? Let me first increase the opacity here, and then let us reduce the distance, and also let us try to increase the size. See, you can see some change here. Okay, very slight change. See here. So what exactly this drop shadow is doing is, see, whatever lighting is there from the text, it is trying to put that lighting on the bricks wall. Okay, slightly we are able to see. See, now you can see. Can you see the change? So now it looks as if there is lighting on the bricks wall also. Okay, now the next step is, see, we have come till here. Now what we'll do is, we want to the lighting to appear, some amount of lighting to appear on the bricks wall also, so that we are going to get some perfect neon glow. Okay, so what we'll do is, the next step we have to do is, I am going to take one more layer, okay, empty layer. For this layer I am going to apply a blending mode. So which blending mode? We will use this bright blending mode, which is linear dodge. Okay, we'll use linear dodge blending mode. See here, okay, linear dodge I am using. And then take a brush. Which brush we will use? We will use a soft round brush. Okay, already we have discussed about brushes, remember everyone? So we will use soft round brush. This is the brush we use a lot. And then see, now what we are trying to do, we are trying to put some lighting on the bricks wall, as if that lighting is coming from the text and falling on the wall, like that type of effect we are trying to create. Okay, so we have already copied that pink color, right? So I will paste that pink color in this, for this foreground color. See, just click here and right click, paste. So same pink color we have applied. Okay, now see, here we have something called flow. So flow is like a power, brush power. If flow is 100%, the brush has a lot of power. Okay, so but we don't want 100% power, we will reduce the power of the brush. So I will make it to somewhere around 15%. 15% is okay. Now we will start painting. Okay, so here empty layer is there, and for this layer what is the blending mode? Linear dodge. Now here flow is 15%, pink color, and we'll just try to paint. Okay, and make sure that you are using soft round brush only. Don't use hard round, it will not look nice. Okay, so see here, can you see the change? Don't paint too much. See, see, okay. And if you want more lighting, I'll duplicate this layer. See, it's more glowing. Okay, so if you want to reduce, means you don't want this much lighting, so just reduce the opacity. Okay, this much is okay. Okay, like this. And see here, we can also do one thing. So if you want to apply the same effect to another text, so it's very easy actually. I think I told you last class. So let us type something called lights. Okay. But the color for this should be pure white. Okay. And so what you can do is, just you can drag this effects to this. Okay, alt and drag. I think I told you right. Alt and drag the same layer style to this text. See, it is also having now lighting. Okay, and you can also duplicate these two layers. Okay, so Ctrl J. Okay, and then we'll just drag this one over there, and we can see reduce the opacity here if you don't want too much lighting. Okay, try to reduce the opacity. See, for both these things we can reduce the opacity here. So because we don't want too much lighting. See, something, okay, minimal lighting we want. Okay, see here. So how we are able to create this neon glow? You can use different colors. We have used pink color now. You use the same technique, same procedure for other colors, like red or blue or okay. So I will give you one assignment on this. Okay, so you all have to do and show me next class. Okay, so what is the assignment? Let's see. Hmm? So what? See, use the word disco den. Okay, you have to use the word disco den and apply neon glow effect. Okay, okay, use the word disco den and apply neon glow effect. So try other colors. So you don't have to use pink color only. Try different colors like blue color. Try to use blue color. Okay. And see, these things you have to follow. Rounded text. Okay. And also, what is this? Colors. Inner glow, outer glow, drop shadow. So these are the procedures you have to follow. Only then you will get this type of output. Okay. And most important thing, vignette background. Try to use a vignette background. Okay, normal background you won't get that effect. Okay, see why we have used that neon vignette background is the light from the text is falling on the walls. So that type of effect we have to create. So that is the reason why I have taken this one. Okay, this bricks background. Okay. Right. So now we understood what is this okay, neon glow effect. So let's start the new things. So now I will show you how we can use a clipping mask. Okay, what is a clipping mask and how we can use it. There are two techniques to use the clipping mask. Clipping mask means putting any content, image or anything inside some shape or text. Okay, that is called clipping mask. Okay, so what I will do is I will just type some text and I will put an image inside that text. Okay, so I am going to first get that image. So you will get that image of this Bahubali. Okay, and then let me type same. Let us type Bahubali only. Okay. So we'll use a different text here. So we'll type in capitals. Okay. What? ఒకసారి okay. So what I will do is so now see this, we will put this image inside the text. Okay, see there are two methods to put image inside the text. Okay, so first you write down the first method, then you write down the second method. Okay, so where is that option? So just write down the first method. Okay, then after that I will show you the second. at that time you write the second. Okay, first you write this first method. So wait a minute, it is still here. It's very easy, first one. Okay, right. So just this is a easy way actually. See, all we have to do is, see, the image has to be top, text has to be at the bottom. This is the order. Order is very important. Image layer should be on top, text layer should be at the bottom, and then image layer should be active. And when image layer is active, see, you have to hold alt on your keyboard and just click at the middle of the layers. So once you hold alt and come to the middle, so you can see a down pointing arrow. Once you see that down pointing arrow, you have to just click your left mouse. See, now what happened? Image is inside the text. Okay, so now we will adjust the image properly. So how we can adjust the image properly? See here, Control T. See here, here. Okay, can you see that? Image is now inside the text. You can adjust the image like that. And see, now you can actually merge these two layers. So you can use Control E and merge the layers. And then one more interesting thing you can do, you can apply layer styles again. So just simply double click here. Okay, layer style will open, and then you can use this stroke. See here, you can put outside the, okay, see, something like this. You can in case you want anything else, you can also try that. And if you don't want a stroke, you can give drop shadow also. See, so drop shadow, see, we'll just reset it. If you just click on reset, it will come back to the black color, and then you can see, you can apply some drop shadow also. See, can you see the shadow like that? See, so like this you can apply, you can put image inside the text. This is the first method. And what is the second method actually? Okay, so did you write down the second method? See, just write down the second method. Second method to put image inside the text. Okay. Okay, so see here, what you have to do is, see, again image layer should be on top and text layer should be at the bottom. So then, but this time what you'll use, I'm not going to use a alt and click in the middle. What I will do is, I am going to hold control and then click on this letter T. See, now you are going to get a selection. You got a selection. Once the selection is active, what you have to do, just simply come to the bottom of your layers panel. See here, one option is there. What is that? Add layer mask. Just click on that. See, same thing happened. Okay, but this is a actually better way actually, because here you are also able to see one mask. What is mask, we will discuss in detail in the coming classes, but we will be having more control with this method. Okay, so we can simply delete the text now. See, now you don't need the text, and if you want to adjust the image, what you can do, you just have to remove this chain link. See, there is one chain link here. Just remove the chain link, select this image, and then Control T, transform tool will be active, and then you can see, you can just rotate the image. See, like this, you can place the image wherever you want. See, like that. Okay, and then once you are done, again you just click on this chain link, and then you can do the same thing like apply layer styles, different layer styles. See, stroke or pattern also you can use, but pattern is not so interesting. So like this. Okay, drop shadow, or you can use the texture. See, texture will be nice. Maybe texture we have to reduce the so something strange, interesting like this. Okay, you can do. Okay, see. Right. Okay, understood now? Right. So now we have seen what is the layer style. Okay, we have seen two different examples. Last class we have seen metallic text. This class we have seen this glow, neon glow. So many things you can do with the layer styles. Okay, so now what we will do is, so we'll see what is this character panel. See, character panel. So where is this character panel? So normally character panel will be available in your workspace, mostly because you will be having lot of typing work. But in case this character panel is not available, what you have to do, go to Windows and select this character panel. So character panel is now active, right? So now what we can do with the character panel, so I will show you what we can do. So I am going to type something. See, I will type 2 lines of text. Okay, we'll say, just simply we'll say Mac Dilshuk Nagar. Okay, so we'll highlight the text. So we'll just open the layers. See, layers, in case layers are not open, just hit F7. Okay, the layers panel will be active. So highlight the text, and I told you a shortcut in the last class, how to reduce the size of the text. What is the shortcut? Control Shift less than. Just see, Control Shift less than to reduce the size of the text. So say if you see if it is taking lot of time, you can use the simply put the value. Okay, so see, okay, now it is down, and we have to center align the text. How to center align? See, here we have an option. See, center align. Just click on that center align, and then you will use a move tool and keep it exactly at the center, like this. Okay, pink line will help you in placing the text at the center. Okay, just you can take the help of the pink line. See, okay, so in case you are not able to see the pink line, what you can do, I think I told you this, I don't know whether I told you or not. So in case the pink line is not showing, see, you have to go to this view show, and you have to turn on this option, smart guides. Okay, to turn on that option, that pink line will appear. Okay, right. So now we will see what are these channels. Oh, sorry, character. So here character panel. So in this character panel, some options already we know, like font. We already know what is the how to change the font, how to apply color we know. Okay. How to increase the size of the text also we know. So all those options are there in this one also, means so many ways to control the text. So if you want to increase the size of the text, what do? Highlight the text first, just put your cursor over there, same thing, up arrow, down arrow, you can control like this. Change the color, just click on this color box and change to whatever color you want. Okay, this also we know. And change the font. See, here also we have option to change the font. See, like this also we can change. Okay, these are all we know. What are the new things here? See, there is something called leading. What is leading? Leading means line gap. See, if you want to control the line gap, see here we have an option. See, just see the line gap is increasing. Okay, if you want to increase the line gap, see, this is very important. Okay, sometimes text will not be proper. Okay, the line gap will be too much. So what you have to do, come to this character panel and try to reduce the line gap. Okay, and then the next one is, see, this one is letter gap between each letters. Right now there is no letter gap. So if you want to increase the letter gap, see, just simply click here. So what is this? Leading is line gap. This is called tracking. Actually, tracking is letter gap. See, now gap between each letter is now increasing and decreasing. Like this. See, like this you can increase or decrease the text. And for example, if you have changed these values, and we don't know, we have to go back to the default values. So where is that option to go back to the default values? See here, just click on this top right corner button, and here we have an option, reset character. Just click on that reset character. So we will be taken back to the default values. Okay, so understand that. Okay, in case you have changed all these values and you don't know how to go back, just click on this reset character. Okay, and now we will I will type just something different. Okay, so we'll type animation institute. Okay, so I'm going to type something different here. Okay, and I will increase the size of the text. Okay, let me keep 150 here. Okay, so something like this. So it is totally in small letters. So we got a text in small letters, and let us try to change the font also. Let me change it to Arial. And if you want a very thickest font, what do you have to do? 1 minute. Arial Black. Arial Black is the thickest font. Okay, so now this is Arial Black, thickest font, and you can reduce the size of the text by just putting your cursor over there using the down pointing arrow. Okay, now we will see what are these options at the bottom. See, first option is Fox Bold. See, some fonts are not having the bold option. This Arial Black is having, Arial Black font is having. Let me change the font to some different font. Okay, here some Berlin is there. So okay, this is having a bold. So let me change it to this. This one is also having. See here, this font is not having bold option. Okay, so what you have to do, if this font is not having bold option, you can just simply click on this Fox Bold. See here, so some fonts don't have bold option, so for those fonts you can use this option, Fox Bold. Okay, and also some fonts don't have italic option. This font is having italic option. but some fonts don't have the italic option. So for those fonts you can use this. Let me check if there is any font, okay, that does not have italic option. Okay, so most of the fonts are having, but in case a font is not having italic option, you can also use this Fox italic. Okay, right. Next is, if you want to capitalize the text, if you want to capitalize the small letters, so you can use this all caps. See, if you all click on all caps, see, it has become a capitals. Okay, let me actually change it to Arial. Okay, let me change it to Arial. See, now everything is in small letters. So if you want to convert it into capitals, just click on this all caps. See, now it is in capitals. Okay, and if you want small capitals, you can use this. This is small caps. Okay, all caps is big capitals, small caps is small capitals. Okay, see, next one is, see, subscript and superscript. Okay, what is subscript and what is superscript? Okay, now I will ask you about your 10th class mathematics questions. Okay, or so what is a plus b whole square? Good, everybody remembers max. Okay, so how we can write a square? 2 should be on top of a. So for this, what we'll do, just highlight the 2 and we will select this superscript. So this is how we write a square. Okay, right? And now I will ask you chemistry questions. Okay, what is the formula of sulfuric acid? Very good. So everybody remembers school. Good. So how you write H2SO4? So we will highlight the 2 and click on this subscript, and highlight the 4, click on this subscript. So we will write like this. Okay, so subscript and superscript. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so then see here, once you have completed your task with these options, you should not keep these options active. This is very important. Lot of people will face the problem. Okay, once you completed your job with these options, character panel options, you have to reset them. Means you have to go back to the original one. Means, say for example, this button is on now. If you keep that button like that only and then close Photoshop, even after you open Photoshop, this button will be on only, and it will affect the another new text. So once your task is completed, just turn off the button. Okay, so this is a big problem even I used to face when I was these character options will be on, and suddenly when I type some of these options like superscript, subscript, this will be coming, okay, affecting the text. So this is something you should remember. So in the same thing, so if you want to see, if you want some put some underline, so let me first change the color of the text. See, here underline is also there, so you can just give some underline to the text. See, underline, and again once your task is completed, just turn off this. Okay, so we have to turn off. See, I have selected some different layer and I have turned off, so that underline is still there with the text, but the option is off. Okay, so like that you have to do. Understand that? And last and final is, we also can give apply strike through to the text. See, this is strike through, like a dash. So these are all options, very very important. So because to control the text, so we need to know these options. When you have lot of typing matter now, you have to use these options. So these, what are the options of character panel related options? Okay, right. Okay. So once we have understood this character panel, see now we will just move on to the next options. See, now I will also tell you how we can convert text to an image. So how to convert a text to an image, and why should we convert a text to an image, that also I will tell you. See here, for example, this image is there. Okay, if you transform the image normally, okay, you can transform, Control T, you can make it small, big, like this. Okay, but you can also do one more thing, that is, see, there are some options like, see, if you right click on the image, see, you can see some options, distort, perspective, like these are some options are there. So if you just select the distort option, see, what you can do is you can make this like this, see, something like a 3D. Okay. Okay. So you can do something like this. This option is what? Distort. And by default this option is active for all images. But for text this option is disabled. I will show you. Let me type something. And see why it is italic actually. So it is because Arial italic is there, but we will keep Arial black. Okay. See, right now this text is not having this distort option. If I select Control T, transform tool, and then right click, see, this is not active, disabled, but this is there. You can use this Q. What is Q? You can make it, say, bend like this. Like this you can do it, something like italic. Okay, but we don't want that, we want distort. So how to get the distort? So you can convert the image to text to image, so that you can get that distort option. Okay, so how we can convert? Just write down this point. Okay, to convert text to image, right click on the text layer, rasterize type. Okay, so see here, right click on the text layer and then select this rasterize type. So now see, the text is now converted to an image. See, it's not a text now. If it is a text, you will see this letter T here, but if you convert it into an image by rasterizing, now it is you can't see that letter T. It is now an image. Means you cannot use any of these text. You cannot use character panel on this. It's like some different image. But what you can do now? You can use this distort options. Right click and distort. So you can use this. Just select the distort. And then see, I can make it like look like some 3D text. See. See, something like this. See here, I can do something like this. I will also do something like, see, I will take a duplicate here, Control J. So then that you can do by using Control Z only. Control Z back command, or you can use history panel and go back. There is no other way. Okay, see here, what you'll do, see, I will just use transform tool and then right click, distort, and then just simply do like this. Okay, and I will use this one bottom layer like a shadow, put it like a shadow for the top text. Okay, Control T, right click, distort. See, if you wanted to reverse it, see what you can do is, see, simply click on this. See, now I am reversing it. See, like this. Okay, like a reflection. You can use it as a reflection or like a shadow. It's your wish. Okay. See. Okay. Okay. And if you want a black, if you want to convert it into a black color text, so what you can do, see, double click here, double click, and then see, I'm going to apply some black color. Okay, so just click on this color overlay and I will give black, pure black. See, like this. And if you want to reduce the opacity, if you want, means if you don't want this much dark coloring, what you can do, just you can reduce the opacity like this. See here, see, now you have a something like a 3D looking text, or you can use so many things you can do, right? So almost, so we are completing the text options. Just one last interesting thing I will tell you. So I told you about how to get brushes from online. I think in brushes, okay, we have covered. So that is, those are brushes from online. But let us say if you want to create your own brush you want to create. Okay, so how we can create? See, what I will do is, so this is a text. I have converted this text to image. Now I will convert this image to brush. Okay, so let's do something fancy here. This time what I will do is, I will use another option called perspective. See, perspective is there. Instead of distort, I will use perspective, and we'll make it something like this. See, perspective looks like this. So understand what is a perspective actually. So see, the exact meaning of perspective is, see, whatever objects are close to your eyes, whatever objects are close to your eyes, they look very big, they look big size. Whatever objects are very far away, they look very small. So that is called perspective. In real world also we get the same feeling. Okay, so actually we are going to have a topic called matte painting. So in that matte painting, this perspective rule is very important. Okay, so here also you can see some perspective is created here. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so after creating it like this, see, after creating like this, see, now what I will do, we'll merge these two layers. Okay, I am going to merge these two layers. How to merge? Control E. Everybody remembers merge layers. Okay, now see, now I am going to create a brush out of this. Okay, so how we can create a brush? Just a minute, it is gone somewhere. Yeah, just write down this point. Okay, Okay. Right. Okay. So let us okay, we can delete the background. Okay, so now what you'll do is, see, control and click on this thumbnail. So what will happen if you control click? So you'll get a selection. See, you got a selection. Now once that selection is active, see, go to edit and click on this define brush preset. Okay, and once you select this, see here we have an option, say animation brush. Okay, or whatever you want to give, you can give name to this. Now we have created our own brush. See, this is our own brush now. See here. So I will show you. Let me take a new background here. Okay. See here. So this is my own brush. Your flow value is very less. Let me increase the flow. See. So I am created my own brush now. So you can also combine this brush with brush settings also, and you can create some nice borders also. See, just you can open this brush settings. Okay, you can increase the spacing here, and then you can simply see, you can use it like your own brush. See, you can also see if you want to rotate. See, I think all of you know na rotation. See, and you can also change the color. So if you want some red color, just take red color. Okay, and then shift to right arrow. Everybody knows now. So see here, and then we'll just change the angle and see. We can also combine it with this color dynamics. So everybody remember what is color dynamics? See, you are getting some different colors. Okay, just you can change the angle. See, okay, so now for this I will show you one more thing, and for that I will give you one assignment. Okay, so let me actually take a t-shirt. Okay, just type t-shirt. So I will pick one t-shirt. Okay, this is looking nice. Just will save this. Okay, and I will open it in Photoshop. Okay, so now I am going to create this animation on this t-shirt. Okay, so let me take a new layer here. Just take a new layer, and then see, we have already changed these settings. Okay, color dynamics is active, shape dynamics also will use. So everybody remember this now, shape dynamics, color dynamics. Okay, and in shape dynamics I am using size jitter, angle jitter. See what will happen if you do that. See, you are getting different colors. So you can actually reduce the size if you want a little bit, and if you to make it more interesting, see, we will change the blending mode to multiply. See, now see, it is dark, appearing dark, and if you want brightness, you can use screen. See, screen for bright. See, we can create this design. See. Okay, see. Shift, I am holding shift so that it appears now in it appears straight. See. So some design, and see you can try other blending modes like linear dodge also, color dodge. See, color dodge is looking nice. And if you want more intensity now, so what you can do, Control J. See, it is it's having more brightness. See here. Okay, right? Okay, now I will give you one assignment on this. Okay, so the next assignment is, see, use the word crazy creator. Okay, use the word crazy creator on a t-shirt as a brush along with brush settings. Okay, so what you have to do, use the word crazy creator. Okay, and you have to put that just like how I did. You can try your own ideas, you can use your own ideas, but one thing I want to tell you here, don't put just a single word. I don't want single word on the t-shirt. I want a pattern, something like a pattern. Understood now? So we got a pattern here, and you have to use something like a pattern here. You can try your own brush settings. You don't have to use the same brush setting that I used. You can use your own brush settings, and you can use your own options here, and try to create something like this. You can use a different t-shirt, or you can use a different shirt also. No need to use t-shirt. If you want to try, you can also try on bush shirt or something like that also. Okay, so but you have to do something like but you have to use the word crazy creator only. Okay, right. So these are the options related to the text. Okay, okay. So we have two assignments already for this class. Okay. So now I am going to start one new topic today. Okay, so last class and this class we have covered only text options, lot of text options we have covered, and this class now I will start just a new option, that is cleanup tools. So cleanup tools we are going to start. So what are cleanup tools? See, cleanup tools are used to remove certain unwanted objects or elements in our image. Okay, so for example, I think in the starting introduction class I told you about clean plates. Yes or no? We have removed one boy from the beach, I think in the first class, I think. So now we will be covering those tools in detail. Okay, so let me start. Let me open an image. So let me also open a different image. So let me also open these three images. Okay, see here. Okay, see here, sometimes we want to remove some of the text from this book covers. These are all book cover images. Okay, for example, I want to remove this author name from here. So what should I do if I want to remove this author name from this book cover? First thing is I have to check what is the background. Okay, so what is the background here? Plain blue color background is there. So I am going to first pick that color. Okay, how to pick the color? Simply click on this foreground color, and then see, this is called eyedropper. That is called eyedropper, and with the eyedropper just click anywhere in this empty area. That exact color is now picked. Okay, picked by this color picker, and when that color is there, now I am going to fill that color over this author name, only over this author name. How? Take a marquee tool, just draw a selection around this author name, and use the keyboard shortcut Alt plus backspace. What is Alt backspace? Foreground color. See, now that text is gone. It is easy in this image because we have a very plain color in the background. But sometimes we will not have plain color. We will have a mix of colors. Example, see here. For example, if you want to remove this out, OUT out. Okay, so we'll try to use the same technique that we have used just now. So just I'm going to pick this color. Okay, and then I will use a marquee tool. Okay, and then I will try to use Alt backspace. But what happened, see, it is now looking like some sticker. It is looking as if we have put a sticker on that text. We are covering the text with the sticker. So we should not remove it like this. We should remove it in such a way that there is nothing in that place. Okay, so for that we have to use a cleanup tool. So we will use the first cleanup tool, which is used for clean plating. See, I think most of you here are in VFX, so you have to remember these terms. Clean plate. Clean plate means removing certain unwanted elements or objects from our image. Okay, so what I will do, first I am going to crop this. So image crop. Okay, and then so I want to remove this boy. So we'll use the first option for cleaning up, that is content aware. Okay, so how to use a content aware? Just write down this point. Okay, వెనలా రాసేసావా నువ్వు ఇవన్నీ? అప్పుడు అంటే ప్రీవియస్ బ్యాచ్లో రాసినాము. ఓకే, Huh? Okay, right. So now see, we will first select the marquee tool, just to draw a selection around this boy. Okay, and what you have to do, simply right click inside this selection, fill, and then here contents options are there. From this list, what you have to select, content aware. Okay, and then simply click OK. See, that boy is gone. He's gone. You can use the same technique for removing, say for example, some rocks, for some plants, some trees. You can remove by using this same technique. And now we will try to use the same technique here. So we'll try to remove this out using this content aware. Okay, so yeah, actually, yeah, you can remove till here actually, but we may get some problems because the bag, how this works, how this content aware will work. It will check the background at that on top, it will check the background in between, it will check the background in the end. If all backgrounds is looking same, it will work perfectly. If the background from the beginning to end is looking similar, this will work perfectly. If not, you may get problem. Okay, let us see. Okay, let us now try to remove. So fill, content aware, okay. See, we got some problems here. So we'll do one thing. Instead of doing like this, we'll first try to remove the out. Okay. See, it's better. So it has done a perfect job. So you have to remove like this. Okay. So okay, so we have to go for second attempt. So that means first attempt it did not do, so we have to go for second attempt, just to try to draw a selection here, fill. Okay, now it has done a perfect job. So means sometimes it will not remove it for first attempt only, so you have to go for second attempt. Okay, so then again we will try to remove this box. Okay, so right click, fill, content. Okay, perfect. See, it has done a perfect job now. So like this we can remove anything, okay, using content aware. But in case content aware fails, means it's not able to remove, there are other cleanup tools also. So we will be discussing the other cleanup tools also. Okay, so we'll try to remove this one also. See, let me try to draw a selection here. Right click, fill, content aware, just click OK. See, gone.
It's gone.
Yeah. We'll try to remove this also. Okay, so but for this we have to I think we have to go for second attempt. Okay, perfect. Okay, in case you think that there is some disturbance, you can go for third attempt or fourth attempt, like that. But see, we are able to, now you can put your own title here. You can use this cover as your own cover page. Okay, so this is one good thing about this content aware. Right. And then see, we can just put like see, my cover page or whatever. Okay, or my book, my story, or something like this. You can write my autobiography or so like this. See? Okay, so you can put the author name here also. Okay, you can put the whatever author name, something like myself. You can put your name. Something like a author name. Okay. So this is content aware. So we'll see the next cleanup tool. So just write down this point, okay? Patch tool. Well, the next cleanup tool is patch tool, okay? వద్దంటారా నోట్స్ స్పీడప్ చేయడం అంటే ఎందుకు మెల్లగా చెప్తే కష్టమా? సూపర్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్లా వెళ్ళిపోమంటే వెళ్ళిపోతాను, నాకేం లేదు. మీకే అర్థం కాదు. ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ ట్రైన్లో వెళ్ళిపోవాలంటే ఒక 2 గంటల్లో ఫోటోషాప్ మొత్తం చెప్పేస్తాను, అయిపోతుంది. ఎంత అర్థం చేసుకుంటే అంత అర్థం చేసుకో. ఓకే, టీచింగ్ అంటావా? టీచింగ్ 10 years. అయిపోలేదా? I thought you completed. Okay. ఇక్కడ కాదు, ఇక్కడ 3 years అంట. చేద్దాం, మాట్లాడదాం బయట. రైట్, ఓకే. I think I already gave you this one PDF file. I think I gave na. In case you have problem, you can refer to that PDF file also. Okay. See, patch tool. Okay. So actually we'll be covering this patch tool in detail in the next class, but just I will tell you one thing. In case you are not able to do clear everything with content aware tool, you can go for patch tool. Patch tool keyboard shortcut is J, and see here all the tools are having keyboard shortcut J. If you want to access any one of the tool, shift J. Just like other tool, shift L. marquee tool shift M, and these tools shift J. Okay, so just select the patch tool, and let us say if you want to remove this one of the letters. So I will start like this. Just like a lasso tool, you have to draw a selection around the text, and then see you have to find a similar background somewhere on the left side or right side. Okay, and then simply you have to drag it like this. See, like this, and a small thing is there, and you can remove it, and you have to move it. But the option should be source. Source should be the option. Okay, and same thing if you want to remove this off, just draw a selection around this off, and then just move it like this. Okay, and then you have to draw a selection around this, and then see. So this is another way, means in case you are not able to remove it with content aware. Okay, normally we might remove, but in case you can't remove, you can go for this patch tool. Even though sometimes patch tool is time consuming, but this is a better option sometimes. Okay, so like this. So I will give you one last assignment, okay, for this day. So what are the first two assignments? First one is this Disco Den, right? Second one is T-shirt, okay, Crazy Creator. So the third and final assignment is see just a minute. You try, okay, just a minute. Yeah, I will give this one. So where is that? Harry Potter is here, okay. So first let me open it in Photoshop, okay, because I think three things are there, so we don't want these three things. I will just select this much, okay, and I will crop this, and then I will save this on desktop, okay. We'll put the same name, or we'll say Harry Potter only, okay. Okay, let's say Harry Potter. Okay, see what you have to do is, see, you have to put your name as the author name, and you have to remove the text, completely remove this Harry Potter text using patch tool or content aware, and then what you have to put, see put Hari Prasad, okay, from Amalapuram, okay. So you have to put this word, okay. Remove that word, okay, and by removing Harry Potter. Your name should be as a author name. Your name should be author name, and the story's name is Hari Prasad from Amalapuram. Okay. Okay. Say. Huh? Yeah, you have to use same image. I am putting this image in WhatsApp. Okay. I will put the image in WhatsApp. See here, J.K. Rowling. Remove J.K. Rowling. Put your name. And then here instead of Harry Potter, Hari Prasad should be there. Okay. And from Amalapuram should be there. Remove this and the half blood friends, and from Amalapuram you put. Okay. Okay. So I will put in this in your
సార్ మేడం వస్తా ఉంది లైక్ ప్రియాంక మేడం వస్తే పిలవాలా
why
ఎవరైతే ఫాస్ట్ గా చేయాలనుకుంటారో అడుగుతాను
పిలవండి. మీ దట్స్ యువర్ చాయిస్ ఓకే, బట్ అక్కడ క్లియర్గా వెళ్ళిపోవాలి.